Very cool. So let's take a look at the bikes.
Take a look at the bikes that you wiggled out of me, guys.
How close are you to finishing this one?
It's pretty close. It's definitely it's getting there. I mean, we're waiting for the cab to come back.
It's a Shelby Dentside GT500. That's the name of it.
Those are the stickers we actually made. I make those myself. I have a sticker machine where we can do all that.
Very cool.
There's 2 fuel systems, the frame's boxed. All the fuel lines, training lines, electrical lines are run inside the frame so you can't see anything. There's a training lines going inside the frame here.
Andrew, how long have you been working on this thing?
I've been working on this for a few years, but this is my, I'm very picky about things. I want things the way I want them and so on. I couldn't find a set of headers that were big enough for this truck, so I had to hand make all these headers and send them out. And, I hand made everything on the truck itself, but it's the motor over here, like we were asking about earlier. This is the 427.
That's going in the Mustang?
That's going in the Mustang.
Wow.
And this is... this will say Eleanor, so these are basically, I designed these up to be the badges on the valve covers, so once I can send it to the company,
that's pretty
nitrous
badass.
System, there's the Phi-Tech and everything, so we got tons of projects just sitting in the corners here, man. But
So guys, these bikes in here that we just bought from Andrew, these are all going to be on our channel, so stay tuned. You'll see Junior and me ripping these things at the compound. What do you got here?
This is a 1991 all original plastic KX125 that runs absolutely mint. This is a survivor for you guys that don't need necessarily a restored one. This is a beautiful machine ready to go.
I rode every one of these bikes tonight, guys, by the way, and I wish I had videoed that, but I wasn't on my game. And then we got here a sweet looking RM500 with a, who made this pipe?
I don't remember the name of the
Looks
pipe.
like a Bill's pipe or something, cone pipe?
No, it's something out of another country. It's a specialized
From
pipe.
the UK, probably? Yep.
This is a completely gone through, ready to race RM500, so these guys are going to have that down the shop pretty soon. If you guys want something ready to go, this bike is ready to go if you want it for the vintage races.
I rode it tonight. This thing hauls ass.
Aftermarket shocks. It's got the double roll front brake hub on the front off of a newer one. Obviously, bars, this and that. I mean, the pipe. It's got the aftermarket air box on this side. This thing's ready to vintage race. If any of you guys are looking for a vintage racer that is ready to go.
That's a ripper, 500.
500
this thing's beautiful. What is this?
So I restored this one. I came down. I gave a quick restore on this. This is a 1996 KX250. I got all the plastic from overseas. I'm not sure, United Kingdom and so on. And the graphics, I've been saving for a long time to put a purple KX together. The 96 was the only one with the purple tanks. This is the original seat, no rips and everything. And this bike all around is a beautiful, runs perfect bike.
Is this a frame off on this one that you did?
This one is a touch-up more or less all the way around.
It was that clean. It didn't need a frame off.
It was very clean. I tried to specifically only get really, really clean machines. This way we
have something
nicer.
I always check the frame rails. All the frame rails on all your bikes are on a scale of 1 to 10 or 8 or better.
8 or better without restoring them. So on the restored ones, we weld the frames, we go along the bottom, and then the other room we powder coat everything. Right behind you right here is a bunch of products for the razors that we have powder coated. So this is just stuff coming out of the oven. So we powder coat the bottom of our frames and stuff. Some people, when the vintage restores, they want to have painted frames. They don't want it thick like powder coat. It's personally up to you, but the powder coat holds up longer, and we like to powder coat everything. Like some of these other bikes, like we said, we have here.
It's a little more effort powder coated, but in the end, it's going to last longer.
It's a lot longer.
What do we got here? This is a.
This is a complete survivor, original plastic, everything. 1990 KX250. Everything on this bike is original with a couple little pieces that they added on to it. Handlebars, wave rotors, and so on. This bike runs perfect, ready to go. He's going to do a little work to it. These guys are going to do a little work to this thing down there, and then obviously, I don't know, look forward for that one.
This was number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. This is what Junior likes. He likes these KX500s.
Well, this is hard to get, okay? 1993 KX500. This is a brand new seat from overseas. The only person, Ken just rode this bike, and he's the first person to ever sit on this seat. This is a brand new Kawasaki seat. We went through this bike, and we just touched it up. This bike's a great running, tons of power, and ready to go.
It's a ripper for sure. Nothing like these KX500s. Junior swears by these. I'm a Honda guy, but he thinks the motor's a little easier to ride. I guess it's got a power valve in it, so it's a little more controllable. But talk about power. I think these are putting down like 60 rear wheel horsepower. They're insane. And this surprised me. This one, how fast this one is.
This one rips. This bike rips. This is a 1987. It was restored by somebody that I got it before. And like I said, there's different versions of restores. Some people's is different than the others. I would have gone a little further with this one, and Ken is going to take it back up to the next level and finish it up. But this is all original plastic, Yamaha plastic, and so on. And this bike just rips. I don't understand why an 87 moves.
You rode every one of these bikes too, and that one has a really barks. The exhaust note is just
it's just constant power. And then again, like I say, we got all these bikes running. These bikes have been sitting in this collection for
years. Right? And every one of them started like
3 or 4 years.
They all started third, fourth kick. I was surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
What, VP in a few of them, and
Hey,
they
you
fired
want
it
to start?
up?
Who wants to start the bikes for us?
Oh yeah.
You?
Hey man, I'll pick this thing. I don't know if it's gonna.
Go ahead, fire it up and drive it right in the trailer. Lean it against the wall, because I know.
think it's gonna
You know the
fire.
guys are gonna comment, "Hey, you didn't start. You didn't start. They're gonna be pissed." And like, we wanted to hear it run.
Yeah, watch it not
So-
start for 10 kicks.
That bike sounds rowdy too.
I'm looking like an asshole on film.
That's what I wanted you to do.
There you go. These vintage two-strokes are badass, man. That's the way you do it.
That's the way you put them in the trailer, guys.
That's the YZ. And then we got a really sweet KX500. You guys who like trail bike riding, you want to take it in the woods at night. You got headlights, taillight. You can probably register it if or get a plate for it. Check with your DMV, but they do look like it's a street legal enduro.
Yep, it's a nice bike. All the plastic's been replaced on it. It's gone through. DG pipe silencer. This is a touch-up. This is a Survivor touch-up.
Another clean frames are nice. All the ones you showed me, all the frame rails. Very
And it's
nice.
got the speedometer and everything still on this bike,
Digital,
which is
yep,
pretty rare.
KAWASAKI. Yeah, most of those got smashed when they got flipped. Fire this one up. See if you can ride that one in there for us too.
You're pushing it now with the fire up.
Do we have gas on all of them?
Some of them do not.
You know, the guys want to hear him. The guys want to hear him run, right? Not. Yeah, let's hear that. They want to hear this one run.
See? You made me want to pull the choke.
Guys, we'll be doing full tests on all these bikes, full evaluations once they go through the shop and they get all dialed up. There's a KD. This thing's a ripper. KX500. We got what? 3 KX500s? Is this the one that came from upstairs?
This is upstairs.
Oh, yeah, we didn't hear this one run, so this one probably doesn't run.
This one does run.
It
It
just
hasn't
isn't-
run in probably 4 years. This is something we threw in with a deal to make a deal with Ken because he's a hard negotiator, and it seems like he wiggles and diggles. You know what I'm saying? He gets you, but this is going to be for whatever they want to do.
You know what they
through
say?
it.
It's a good deal when the seller and the buyer both don't think they got a good deal.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what we were. I was ready to walk away. He was ready to walk away. But
I've been collecting
his
these
team here,
bikes.
these guys. This is Andrew's team. What's your name?
Rob.
Rob. And your name? Matt. You guys are regulars here at McNasty Customs. Who was answering the phone every time I called?
Oh, that's Talon. He was here
Talon?
earlier. Matt
Yeah.
actually has a shop across the street, and he's got a ton of 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers sitting across the street.
Oh man, I
And
might
a
have room left.
Z50
Are we going
collection.
over there? Are we gonna get a cup of coffee and go over there next?
Wow,
They're not for sale. So this one we haven't heard run yet. We're buying this one as
Ray
is.
Finkel.
That's Ray Finkel.
Yeah.
So you wanna throw this one in the trailer?
I'll roll it up and put it in the trailer.
Make
and
engine
then,
noises though, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how's this one sound, Andrew? What kind of sounds does this
Try
make?
it out.
We're dang dang dang
Bang,
dang
bang,
dang dang.
I
dang,
was
dang.
just fucking around. Messing around. I was just messing
It's a
around.
500, man. It's a fucking 500. So this one I rode earlier. I rode all these actually, and it's nasty.
So this is a UFO.
What's that one right there? That's a 200.
I'm so gassed. It's a KDX. So that's a 93 KX500.
This thing's beautiful.
This isn't part of the deal. I mean, obviously, this guy just happened to be here, see that we were negotiating bikes.
Yeah, he wants it.
He decided he wants to buy this bike.
He's spending a little Trump money.
It's a 1991 KDX 200 with a newer style
Hey,
220
see that?
cylinder.
You got another sale at the deal tonight.
Yeah. Well, he went up there and dug them out to get your bikes out, so we got to make him a deal on this one. But that's a nice bike. This bike rips. I don't know,
You know,
why
look-
this bike is
It
so
looks
fast.
better down here than it did up there, jammed in with all the rest of them.
And that's the problem with looking up there. So
Yeah.
maybe you should go back
Yeah,
upstairs.
I should get my checkbook back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's NFS though.
Yep.
Hey, what is it?
NFS, not for sale.
Not for sale. That's yours. That's why.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we looked over all those. Those are the last three.
You got 3 more. You got a KX500 here. You got to start the KX500 up for the guys, right?
You know this is the one that was low on gas, right? Oh, it has a little bit in there, but you know it's the one that was low.
This one was actually street registered
This
in
is street registered. Here's the plug for the headlight on the other side.
in
It
New,
has a
Ham-
key switch right
in New
there.
Hampshire, right? Was that?
So
what-
this was a New Hampshire street bike. At
Can you
one
imagine
point.
that? A street legal KX500. You getting
With
some,
the original kickstand still on it from
yeah,
'87.
you turn the key. He's crazy. He's a crazy man. This is a kind of like the peak bikes from the early '90s. This was a 90.
Now what? 91.
91.
125. The original orangey plastic. They kind of changed the plastic. You guys know you can see the seat colors slightly off. So this is like an aftermarket seat cover they put on here, but this is the original fender tank and front fender and number plates on this
Wow.
bike from 91.
That's
so If you were
amazing.
to buy something newer, like aftermarket or something, they're going to try to change this to a darker red.
It's not going to match.
So you have to find the right seat cover or whatever. This was the right color and it changed over time.
You know, it's just dirty. It'll probably clean up the plastics. Or I would just leave the originals on there. It's probably worth more like that, you know.
So like Ken was saying earlier, these are the ones that you used to make the Peak Race Power bikes out of. So they changed the blue tank, blue fender and seat and so on and put Peak Racing on here. So this is the style bike that would have it. I kind of was thinking about maybe changing this into a Peak bike, but
This is the one you took out in the woods the other day. Still got the mud on it.
yep, Freetown State Forest is right here behind this property, so you have to legally ride over there. And I'll tell you, man. Whoa,
Yeah, this
man.
one needs a
This one, the clutch basket kind of needs to be replaced.
Good times at McNasty Customs.
Deductions.
This thing's pretty badass too. This thing's in nice shape, man.
Hey guys, I know you're watching Ken's channel, but I'm going to tell you right now. Ken ain't the only madman out there. There's other guys out here like to blow tire on these old vintage bikes too.
Hell yeah.
Check out the museum, guys. Come down, check out these bikes. Buy them off this guy. Help me out. Make me look good.
This is sweet, man. Where'd you find this one? This is
This
an original
bike is
250.
Beautiful. This is a 1985 XL 250.
Yep.
That somebody at some point decided they were going to make it into a dirt bike.
Yep.
So they took all the blinkers and stuff off, put brand new meat tires, and obviously never took it off road.
Yeah, it's super clean, man.
You could tell by these are steel gas tanks on the
get this
XLs because they're
dropping-
motorcycles.
Yeah, get this trashed off
And you
road.
can see that nobody's ever really banged up the gas tank on these things. It's got all the original warning labels
It's
and
in
everything on
mint-
here.
mint
The
shape.
original seat.
Now,
This is a
eight-
beautiful bike.
85?
It's a 1985
So it's-
XL 250.
That makes it what? 35 years old?
35 years old. It runs like a top. Not that it's going to stop now, you know.
Of course not.
I'm going to look like a meatball. Oh, I got the key off.
Yeah, that
It's
helps.
got a key. There's one. Oh, here's a choke over here. Sorry.
Listen to that thing. Purrs like a kitten. It's a real smooth bike too. I rode this one tonight
It's
too.
actually very fast.
Yeah.
I thought it would be slower like an XR 250, but the way the gearing is for the street, I took this thing through the Freetown State Forest yesterday, and I mean, first and second gear, she rips.
Is that the same motor as an XR250? I guess it would be, right?
It's basically the same, but a little bit. It's got a more of like a wide ratio transmission.
Yeah, for street,
Like a Yamaha
yeah.
WR is a
Yeah.
wide ratio. That's what the XL is.
Super smooth running bike.
I don't want to burn the guy's tires off. I'm gonna be nice. You know what? He says he's putting all brand new tires on here. He says he's got a contract with a tire company.
Dunlop hooks us up big time.
Dunlop. He says it hooks him up and he's gonna throw tires
on the big dollar bikes, we put Hoosiers on. The Hoosiers cost us about twice as much, but they are the amazing tires.
Put the Hoosiers on there and
Yeah, they're
they
great
stay
tires.
outside
Oh
the
my
tire
God, they look
white.
beautiful.
Yep.
Especially on a bike with white number plates or a white YZ or a red CR, they really pop.
Hey, while we got you guys on there, want to take a look at this street bike over here? If anybody's interested in buying a street bike,
Yeah, if you want the fastest Gsxr in your state, buy this one. This is a turbocharged. Well, you tell them what it is.
it's a 1993 Gsxr 1100 turbo kit built motor. The bike makes 437 horsepower at 21 pounds of boost. We lowered it down to 11 pounds of boost, and it's about 331 to ride on the street now. It's all original plastic, mint condition, frame, everything. It's a handcrafted rear swing arm. That's the air tank for the air shifter.
It's a beautiful piece, man. It's visually stunning. And to build a bike like this today, I'm telling you straight up, you're gonna drop at least $35,000 into something like this between all the handcrafted custom parts and the turbo. And Andrew's got. We're not really into these. We don't really do a whole lot of the stretch street bikes. I probably should have bought it, but he was asking $7,500 for this, which I think is. I heard it run. It sounds awesome. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on the
Well, to build this bike right here, this is kind of an old school build. To build this bike right here, you're going to be well in over $20,000. This bike was a carbureted bike. It made like 120 horse from the factory. Now it's fuel injected. It's got a mega squirt fuel injection system, electric fuel pump, all the lines. Obviously, it's a turbo system.
Massive turbo on this thing in the front.
All handmade intercooler.
He had it fired up earlier, and it makes a sick turbo whine at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, and it's got this crazy side exhaust with the turbo tucked inside there. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just, I mean, this is a serious race machine right here.
The bike's here,
Now,
McNasty Customs.
you bought
it
this.
will go.
You bought this to join the 200-mile-an-hour club, right?
I bought this to try to make the 200-mile-an-hour club, and it's been on the back burner since, and we put a bunch of work into it. But until now, I mean, it's just ready to go. I'm looking to buy land in South Carolina, or I'm looking, to get rid of some of these projects and stuff so I can actually put it towards the land. So it's your lucky day if you guys want to buy something. I have a bunch of extra parts that go with this. I have an extended drag tail, and some rear sets, and some extra plastic, but it's,
You can look him up online right there, McNastyCustoms.com. All his contact info is on there if you didn't write it down earlier. But yeah. So
I don't know if you guys, and I don't know if this guy's into it, but if you want to take a quick run across the way, if you want to see a big Z50 collection,
You can do that.
if you want
sure,
to.
yeah, I'd love to.
All right, let's
Kidding
go.
me?
Let's quickly go. This way we're not.
Well, hold on a second. Let me pause this.
Nasty,
Before we go, this is the what is this thing you got here? What is?
This is an RS1. This is a Polaris 2018 RS1 that we did a ton of work to. I'm letting this thing go. It's got 300 miles on it. It's a 2018. We don't use it at all.
Basically brand new. You just bought this to build custom parts.
I bought this to mock up my pots. All these gray pots is what I make. I make the doors and I sell them online. I make the
So
front
how
yards.
much in accessories is on this thing? If you had to add it
This
up.
thing probably has, well, this is a chromoly cage I built for it, and window nets on both sides. These are chromoly bars. This is all rear suspension. These are Fox rear shocks. All this is upgraded.
Wow.
It's Lone Star Racing sway bars, all billet arms back here, full
Yeah.
exhaust. I make this piece back here for the radiator.
Yeah.
It's rear mounted battery and so on for the radiator. It probably has about $7,000 worth of accessories.
Shit, the shocks alone got to be a couple G, right?
Yep,
Those are
yep.
big bucks.
I set this up to race at Middleborough Racetrack,
Yeah.
the Cape Way Rovers Racetrack,
Yeah.
and it's not wide enough for side-by-sides to pass each other, so it turns
So
into be no
what's
fun.
your bottom dollar on this one as with all these extras
Somebody
on it?
comes right now, title in hand, $12,500. This thing right out the door at
That's
a
a
showroom
steal.
is
You're going to be getting a
$13,800.
phone call within 48 hours of this video going up.
This'll go.
Guys, if you want the baddest ass razor on the market, buy this thing because it's going to be gone, and you couldn't build it. It cost you easy
Can't build
20,
it.
easy
This is a
20.
$22,000 I have into this. I put the original rims back on. I had different wheels. $22,000 I have into this. I made my pot, so I made my money. So who wants it for $12,500? Come grab the bike. I mean, it's gone for $12,500. Somebody's getting a score.
Yep, brand new, 300 miles on it, right?
Yep.
Is that what we said?
300 miles.
Awesome. So we got them all loaded up here. This is the YZ250, RM500. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bikes, 12 Primo bikes, and this nice little ATC 70. These things are a hoot, little Honda 70s.
I actually printed this out, put it on clear, and then screwed around. This is my razor in the other room. That's what's on my toolbox. So I wrapped the toolbox. This is Team Green Kawasaki, old school. I'm making some of these big stickers like that. I make, so there's KX92 stickers we're making, all YZ we were practicing on. There's one of my bunnies. And there's no ATVs around in here. This is, for the painter. This is just, just kind of stuff we screw around and, we make whatever. So if you
do it
guys
all
need
in-house
anything,
here?
yeah, we do it all. We design it
The
ourselves.
computer,
and-
the printer, the laminator.
yeah, we got an
everything.
alien there, printer set up over here, and I don't personally do any of this stuff, but these are the color charts for
Who does your
colors.
graphics for you in here?
It's my employee.
He knows
And
how to
then
do
I
it.
took the clock apart. I put the sticker inside the clock, so we can do all kinds of little stupid things that we do for ourselves.
Yeah, for custom bikes and cars, that's what you got to do.
Yep.
Good
So,
stuff.
Yeah.
Tour of the McNasty shop here. Thank you, Andrew,
no
for the
problem.
deal on the bikes, and for if you guys want to buy anything like this razor here, hit him up. You got the turbo bike. He's got the other bikes left in there, and or if you need any custom stuff made, it's the place to go. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.
Thank you, guys.